So I would say, I mean, I have because I wrote my top 5. I have an animated in mind.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
it's
so
not.
let's hear your
But
top
it's not
five.
what
Yeah.
you would think it is.
Yeah.
So it's so the only one that will be in order will be my number 1 favorite movie. Everything else is
Okay.
kind of like you can shuffle or
Yep.
whatever. So my number 1 movie of all time is Casablanca.
This is a classic.
So and kind of like you say, like when you look at it, it's dated, it's black and white.
Right.
You can obviously tell it's on a studio lot
Yeah.
somewhere.
Sure.
I'm like, but it's very timeless in the fact that it's historical, so you have
Yeah.
history there. It's a love story. It's a war film. It has iconic music in it. It's quoted like everywhere you go. It's like any.
tons.
It's
Yeah.
quoted. There's quotes from it everywhere. The "Play It Again, Sam" and
Yeah.
"Here's to You, Kid." Like it's one of the most iconic films of all time.
Right.
My reasoning for like it is when I was first getting into movies, I was a freshman in high school and I had to sign up for something, and I did a film class. And every movie we watched was kind of more had to be a little bit more dated, like had to be something older. And the first thing we did was about Casablanca, so we got to learn a lot about how it was made, you know, the different set pieces, the actors, and so like that same thing with Singing in the Rain. We watched during that, and we, you know, it's like you learn all these things, and so that was the one that really started me off getting to more like, oh, I like that movie versus like, oh, I love how this movie was made, or I love the story. Or
when you actually start paying attention to the details of it, that really does help break it down.
Yeah. So Casablanca is that one in our movie room. You know, I have the poster. I have like a cassette tape of it. I have this like a steelbook version of it, a VHS. Like I have a lot of copies of that movie just because there's different versions. But so that's my number 1. In no other particular order, Jurassic Park.
Okay.
I absolutely love a Jurassic Park.
The score for Jurassic Park, I love. John Williams is up there on my top composers as well.
John Williams score.
Oh man, his score for that is one of the most beautiful like French horns.
Oh
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like it's one of those. It rides a fine line because it's a great movie. But back to your point, if dinosaurs looked horrible, it would be dated. It'd be that thing where you go back and go, "This is a great movie, but it looks a little funky."
It looks
like
if,
they used real dinosaurs. Like they
some of those
made
are like
dinosaurs.
if Disneyland went a little rogue at that point.
Yeah. So like Jurassic Park, I love. It's again super quotable. So much historical moments.
Yes.
John Hammond. I rewatched the scene recently of them talking. It's like when they're like about to eat and they're talking about like Jeff Goldblum's characters and they're telling him about like, you know, y'all were so busy that you didn't think about should you be doing it or whatever.
Right.
Like that whole dialogue of that just 2 minutes.
Yeah.
It's some of the best writing I've ever heard. I'm watching it. I'm like, this is some of the best like conversation like ever because it seems like a real conversation.
Yeah.
So Jurassic Park. I tried to. So here's one of my top 5. I put in there things that I revisit a lot or I have sentimental reasons for to make my top 5. So the next one is Spider-Man 2.
Okay.
Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire is one of the best movies ever.
I do love.
Interesting.
I love Spider-Man 2.
Now that you say it, that is
the
one of my
score is
favorite
great.
superhero
I would have expected you
films.
to say Spider-Man 1.
Yeah.
No,
So
no,
Spider-Man
was good too.
2 is the better
As
Yeah.
well.
like
because
as a general movie.
his
for
conversation
sure.
with like Doc Ock, his conversations with Dr.
Yeah.
Octavius before he's bad is some of the best best
sure.
writing. The effect, there's some questionable effects in there,
Sure.
but there's not a lot.
No, the
So I'm
whole
like,
movie was
okay, I
really
can look
done
past
well.
it. But it's like then the music in there. I remember when I watched it. I remember when I saw it in the theater as a kid,
Right.
And like getting goosebumps during the
Yeah.
score because
Oh,
again
yeah.
it goes back to just having a great score. Like I love Spider-Man 2. Moulin Rouge, I put on there. Love Moulin Rouge because I'm a big musical guy,
Yep.
and so
Yeah.
Moulin Rouge is one that I watch a lot, and I like the music's great, story's really good.
Yep.
It's the boy who directed Elvis.
See, I'm right there with you because one of my
Yeah.
favorite Christmas movies is it's White Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
It's the musical White Christmas.
Yeah.
But it's like
Interesting.
so it's like
And
I'm right there with you.
It's the
like,
time period. Ewan McGregor, Obi-Wan Kenobi for all the folks out there. So like the music's great, he sings great. The story's just so sad.
Yeah.
It's in Paris in like 1910 or whatever it was.
Right.
And then my last one, for my animated, Batman: Mask of the Phantasm.
Really?
Love it.
Okay.
It's so there's so many
even know
animated
what that
movies. But obviously you can tell by my hat I'm a huge Batman guy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I knew I wanted a Batman one in there, I went with that one because I'm like, and it goes back again with the animation. It's dated, but it's also timeless. In fact, it's hand drawn. It's dark.
Right.
It's a great love story. It's a great mystery. I remember when you watch it, you're like, this is the actual this is a great detective movie. Like, the Batman's trying to solve this crime. Well, and with Mask of the Phantasm, like it's Mark Hamill's best version of Joker.
Yes.
Because Mark Hamill playing the Joker in the animated series was already good.
Yeah.
But he does so good in this movie, and
Yeah.
that's why I'm like they put him in the video games, to the Arkham
Right.
games too.
Yep.
Because I'm like he just does so
'Cause,
good.
yeah.
So it's his best version of himself in this movie. It's a great mystery.
Yeah.
And the thing is with animated movies back then versus now, I think we want a good story first.
Right.
If the story's really good, and then the animation's like the animation has to be good too to an extent. But like what'll make it be in somebody's top 5 or somebody revisiting it is if it's a great movie.
Yeah.
If it's a good movie, you'll go back to it.
Yeah.
Sure.
And if y'all haven't seen Mask of the Phantasm, it's so good. Like,
I've not seen it. No.
It's amazing. It's really good.
I have a hard time with animated movies.
Exactly. So
I lose
yeah,
interest.
and
No,
I
that's
get
fair.
that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and you're not a big superhero person either. So like, those are already
Yeah.
2 whammies.
It's
'Cause
rough.
It's like
It's
if you're
rough.
not a
Yeah.
big superhero person,
Yeah.
but what's so good about it is it's like, if you look past the animation,
Yeah.
you'll go.
Is
oh,
it
this
long?
No, it's like an hour.
No,
and 10
and that's
minutes.
that's
Yeah.
also the plus side of,
It's not
of
long at all.
animated
Behind a
movies.
short movie.
It's
Because
not long at all.
it's so time consuming and expensive to do
Yeah.
long form animation
And it was
and to do it
animation,
properly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hand drawn.
So
I
that's
prefer
why a
hand
lot
drawn.
of those
Yeah.
that's why a
Hand
lot
drawn
of those
animation.
are shorter
Yeah.
films. Hour and a half is
At
really
most.
pushing
Yeah.
like the budget for. Well, that's why like Disney movies
Yeah.
are hour and a half because they just have the budget to push it
Yeah.
that long.
So it's not a large investment. It's one of those like you could put on just to see if Juju likes it.
Yeah.
Like just
Yeah.
put it on and just be like, let's just see what happens.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just see what happens.
But then
He
you
would
watch
probably
it,
love
yeah.
He watches all that stuff.
yeah.
So yeah, and my honorable mention because I think we all needed one was Jaws.
Oh, for
I
sure.
love Jaws.
Yeah.
Like just again, I'm a big dialogue guy, so like the whole
Yep.
thing with Quint telling his story about being part of the oh my gosh, the bombing. You know, when he's stuck, and he's telling the whole story of like when he was stuck in the water and hearing everybody screaming, and then suddenly the screams stop because all the sharks have eaten him, and just that whole scene is the most eerie scene. And
Yeah.
the actor Robert Shaw got drunk. Like to film that scene,
Huh.
he was like, I wanted to feel real, so he got like wasted
Ah.
to film that scene. So he had that kind of like sadness and
right.
depression.
That's
and,
kind of the similar of Apocalypse Now, where
Oh,
he
yeah.
did that whole. Have you ever watched Apocalypse Now?
I don't think so.
So that's
You would like
Doesn't
that.
sound familiar.
no.
like
So
that
that's it's an '80s Vietnam type of.
I've watched a
war
lot of those
movie.
movies, but
so
I
I think
haven't-
like the last half of Full Metal Jacket,
Sure.
where it's set in Vietnam.
Yeah.
That's Apocalypse Now, but way more extreme.
Okay.
There's a scene where one of the characters
Yeah.
gets has this whole existential crisis in his room, and
Right.
the actor got wasted
to have
and
the
like
crisis,
went
I like
full
that.
actor, was punching like
Yeah.
glass and whatnot, and did
Like
really committed to it. Yeah,
who's the scumbag? What's his name? DiCaprio.
yeah.
Oh,
in
yeah.
Django when he slammed the table, cut up his hand,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
just kept going.
He just kept going.
Yeah.
He's like rubbing it all over that girl's face.
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah.
ugh.
Yeah.